Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today on episode 652. My eyes are going bad. Today is Tuesday, and hopefully you guys were able to take Labor Day off and enjoy the day with your family and, get some rest. So today we are coming at you live on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and Facebook. So hopefully everyone is joining in on those other platforms. So this morning we're going to start off with roll call. We do this every morning to see who is paying attention and who is present. So thank you for joining us this morning on TNT. And if you're new, please chat your name in. We need to know who you are. We've got a lot of new followers and guests, and we really appreciate that. We love seeing you guys out there. So that's awesome. So we have, I think, some cool topics for today. So first off, since we were off yesterday, we're going to have Stacey's weekly update. And then I found some of my top Labor Day humor memes on social media, and I'm going to share those and see what you guys think about those. And then we're going to talk about increasing productivity. And what is the number one productivity killer? Why the do more, get more method really doesn't work. And I have some tips on how you can be more productive and achieve more. So then we're going to go to our word of the day and then wrap everything up. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get started. Okay, love starting our week off with Stacey, so let's hear what she has to say.
Good morning, everybody. I hope that everybody had a fabulous weekend and that you got some real estate sold. So I wanted to go over with our agents really quick blueprints in our transactions. Guys, we need more consistency with these, so Megan and I are happy to help walk you through them if you have any questions or need information about them. But let's make sure we're using those to push forward our transactions and make sure that everything's going out like it should be. So let me know if you have any questions with that. From Monday, August 30th through Sunday, September 5th, we had 2 contracts turned in last week. One belonged to Kim and one belonged to Rachel. We also had 1 backup contract turned in, and that belonged to Hannah on one of her listings. So congratulations, you guys, on your hard work. For closings last week, we had 5 closings. 2 belonged to Jean, 1 belonged to Hannah, 1 belonged to Shana, and 1 belonged to Rachel. Way to work hard, you guys, and can't wait to see what this week brings. Have a great one.
Great. I see things have picked up. We always talk about before the few weeks before school starts, and then getting kids acclimated to school afterwards is always a little bit slow, but it looks like things are picking up and you guys are back at it. So way to go. And I just want to touch on one more thing with Stacey. I hope you guys realize what a valuable asset that Stacey and Megan are to us. And, but we don't want to take it for granted. So I am so thankful that they do all of this work for us so we don't have to do it. And it allows us time to be doing what we love doing instead of clerical and admin work. But let's not take it for granted. I just want them to both know from me that I am grateful for you both and appreciate everything that you do. All right, so we're going to end that topic and go to the next. Good morning, Shana Acquisto, broker of Acquisto Real Estate, here by myself today. I will be joining up with Mike tomorrow, but he will be actually hosting TNT on his own tomorrow. But we will meet up tomorrow, and then Thursday we'll be together, and I can't wait. So I just wanted to throw something in there. It's not really real estate related, but I thought it was kind of funny. So I want to talk about some Labor Day humor. So yesterday was Labor Day. We all had some time off, and in my time off, I guess I was scrolling through social media and I ran across some pretty funny Labor Day memes that I wanted to share with you guys. So I found my top 4, and I want you guys to tell me which ones you think are funny or your funniest. Okay, so we'll start with number 4. So number 4 is, oh, one thing, turns out I will need you to work on Labor Day. So yeah, probably most of you worked at some point yesterday. Hopefully you took a little bit of time off, but we're in real estate, let's be honest. So we probably did have to work. Okay, I thought that was pretty funny and relevant. Okay, let's go to number 3. This just in, people are still confusing Labor Day with Memorial Day. I do that. I don't know if you guys do that, but it seems like that is, something that is definitely confusing, and that people get mixed up all the time. So I thought that was funny. Okay, number 2. Okay, this is number 2. Don't worry, everyone. It's okay to drink white after Labor Day. So, growing up, it was always a thing that you couldn't wear white after Labor Day. And I have no idea what or why or how that came about. But, it was just up until recently, over the last couple of years, that they have white out all the time. White jeans, white sweaters. So I don't know about that, but I thought this was funny because it put a little twist on it. And, now you guys know it's okay to drink white wine after Labor Day. Okay, my very favorite. We're going to go to number 1. This is a past client of mine, and I really enjoy seeing his posts on social media, and this one cracked me up. So his wife recently had a baby, and they must have planned this knowing Labor Day was coming up, but this is a whole other twist on Labor Day. She's in labor, and the family's back there cheering her on. So I love this post, and I asked him before I posted it if he would mind me sharing it, and he said no, go ahead. So I thought that was really cute. So anyway, just thought I'd throw that in, a little Labor Day humor for today, and we'll move on to the next topic. Shana Acquisto, broker of Acquisto Real Estate, and I'm here to talk about productivity. You guys are probably all just maxed out with your time. Your kids are going back to school, you're busy again, and you must think, gosh, how can I be more productive? Actually, I can't. I'm pretty productive now. Well, I think that you could add or make some changes and actually be more productive than you are right now. So we talk a lot about, what is the number 1 productivity killer? You guys know what that is? We talk about it a lot, and it's this. It's all of your devices. And that is something that we all struggle with. I don't think we really know when to turn that thing off, but we need to be present and intentional, or you're going to sell yourself short. And I believe that when you do that, you actually take a step backwards. So there's a lot of area there that we could improve on and actually maximize time and increase productivity. So it's not just scrolling through social media. You think about your devices. We have the watches now that tell us when to stand up and breathe. We have texts coming in. Now we have voice memo texts coming in. And, we never want to miss an opportunity. But guys, you have to learn how to shut this stuff off. And, it was a real eye-opener for me this past week a couple of weeks ago when most of us went to Montana. And a lot of you, we talked in the beginning of the week that, hey, when we're doing events and we're doing things together, please turn your phones off. And you guys all did a wonderful job of doing that. And I saw that you were extremely present in that moment. Whether it was, dancing around in the kitchen or cooking together or whatever it was, you were present in that moment. You were interacting, you learned so much about one another, and I feel like coming back, it did help us become more productive. Okay? So I'm going to give you a scenario here, and I want you to think about this and really think about how you would handle it. Okay? So the scenario is that you have landed an amazing client. And you guys are out looking at properties. So they have two other friends that are amazing clients, and they're with you also looking at homes, and they're going to be looking to buy. So that's 3 different transactions that you have. There's a lot on the line here. Your watch is beeping, your cell phone's beeping, and you're driving and it's coming in through your GPS and you're just super distracted, nonstop. And your clients are probably like, wow, she's really busy. And the reason that you're so distracted by this is you have a client, or you're expecting a call from a past client who has say it's a celebrity client that they want to refer to you. And this is someone that refers lots of business to you. So gosh, you can't miss that either. So you're juggling all these things at once, trying to help these 3 potential great clients. And you don't want to miss an opportunity, because when you miss this person, it's days before you ever hear from them again. Okay? So what do you do? What do you do in that situation? Do you ditch your current clients for the new ones? Or do you let that new opportunity go away and hope that in a few days they call you back and you get them back on the line? That's really tough, okay? And this is what I want to say to you. We have these great tools within our company that you can utilize. We have someone that will answer the phone all the time, okay? So you have your phone. You could turn it down, turn it to airplane mode, do not disturb, and be present in that moment and utilize your resources to have that call not missed. Okay? So I want to remind you guys of these things, because if you're distracted and they think, and I've seen it where people are distracted and I think, gosh, they are not paying attention to me at all. And you never want your client to feel like that. So think about that, and think about how you can be more present in that moment, because if they think you're too busy and you're not going to pay attention to them, they're going to go somewhere else. I don't care who they are. They may have, done 5, 6 transactions with you. Doesn't matter. Everybody lives in the present, and how they feel in the present matters. Okay? So what do you do? Well, I have some tips, and these are my personal tips. You can tweak them or you can come up with your own tips, but the point of this is so you can start thinking about it, how you can be more present and intentional and be more productive. Okay, so this is, I'm not going to lie, this was really hard for me. So years and years ago, Mike and I went on a cruise. And we went on this cruise with our family, and our phones didn't work on this boat. And I felt so much anxiety that we had to put our phones away because Mike and I are both gone. What in the world are we going to do? Because if you miss that whole week of working, it takes, 3 times that to make up for it. So I totally get it. So I understand this was very, very hard for me. Very, very hard. Once I trained myself to do this, and it's a work in progress, but once I trained myself to do this, I immediately boosted my productivity and I felt more present and everything was more clear and more aware. And I was energized. We get beat down with our jobs. So it's really important to take the time and do this. You can't be connected 100% of the time, okay? So these are in no particular order, but here are my things that I do. Carve out time to read or listen to a podcast, okay? I'm not a huge fan of reading, honestly, and I have been a part of a book club for many, many years, and I think I've read a handful of books in the book club all the way through. But what I learned from that book club years and years ago, that when I'm reading, I'm engaged, and if it's something that really is getting my attention, I am focused on it, and I am forgetting about all these other things that I have going on. And I think it stimulates your brain, and it helps you gain perspective. And if you're listening to a podcast, it could be something real estate related, and you're learning. So that's one of my items that I suggest. The other one, I think you all probably all do this. Sing in the car or dance in the kitchen. My kids, they'll tell you that Mom will just start dancing in the kitchen and she's crazy. Yeah, I do. Because it's just useless nonsense that's good for your mood. So you should do that sometimes. Just be a little crazy. All right, here's a big one that I have to think about every day is put your device, and I'm not just saying your phone. I'm talking about your iPads, your watches, any of your smart devices. Put them in airplane mode or the do not disturb. I've started doing that all the time. You still see things come in, but it's not distracting you, and it's not always in your ear. Because when we hear something, immediately we think we have to respond, like a fireman. So put it in airplane mode, do not disturb. So phone calls, I think, are the biggest distraction to our day, honestly. They really are. And practice keeping airplane mode on for a small regular part of your schedule. Every day from 1 to 2, I'm putting my phone on airplane mode. I'm going to have lunch. I'm going to dance in the kitchen, whatever it is, right? But just schedule time for that. It's okay. An hour, it's going to be fine. I promise you. And you're going to be happy that you did. All right. So another one is use timer software. Okay. This is ironically one of the best ways to unplug is to download this software to help realize how overconnected that you really are. So if you have an iPhone, there is a monitor on there or a timer that shows you how much screen time you've used, right? And that's an eye-opener. When you see that, you're like, holy cow, I've spent 4 hours doing this. That's crazy. So I think that that's really something you should have so you're aware of what's going on, right? So, we also use, I don't know if you guys use this, but I use MyFitnessPal to track like meals and food. And it's the same thing. If you do that, it holds you accountable. If you do the timer software, it holds you accountable. So this is a new one that, I haven't done, but I started doing. And I've started doing this within the last couple of months. But it's put your phone in grayscale. So they have come up with a way for you to put your phone in this grayscale mode so it's just black and white. And the reason that this came about is to make these devices less addictive, okay? And it reduces your poor habit form. I mean, we have all formed these bad habits of, getting distracted by social media or whatever it is. So We're in the age of digital ADD, so the grayscale mode. So I know how to do it on the iPhone, but I think if you check in your settings, there's a way for you to do that. So that's my suggestion. And the big one that I think we all kind of, we take for granted on one hand, and then we don't utilize it to the max on the other hand. And it's the systems and tools that we already have in place. Mike has spent so long and years putting together a system and a process for us to use. And it truly is amazing. And the fact that we don't have to do so much of the admin work and, things like that. I love it. Marketing. I mean, we all do our own little marketing, but our branding is all, Megan can 100% take care of that for us, right? So we already have all these things in place. This allows us to keep everything running smoothly and allows you to take any downtime. So if you want to take an hour off, or you want to go to your kid's game, or you want to do something, that you have the time to do it. And this is a true thing. When you take the time for yourself, 100% you're more productive. Think about how many vacations that you may have taken this year. We've been in and out of town a lot, and I feel like we've been very productive. It is good for you. You have to take that time. When you are stressed out, everyone feels it, right? So I recently saw a stat that the average outside sales rep spends only 22% of his time actually selling and being client-facing. 22%. Oh my gosh. So the rest was all admin, marketing, branding, whatever it may be, but just like business related. Well, you have somebody to take care of all that for you. So you can focus on you can focus on building your business, things that matter, interacting with your clients. It matters. I posted earlier a Labor Day post that I thought was super funny from one of my past clients. He bought 9 years ago, and we stay in touch all the time. And as of a couple of months ago, he referred another client to me. He refers clients to me all the time. And this guy totally beat me up in the beginning. I want a discount. I want this. And I tell him this. I want a discount. I know exactly where I want to live, where the home is going to be located, exactly what I want. No, he didn't. He didn't. Everybody thinks that, right? But when it comes down to it, that's not the case. But I stuck through it, and I helped him, and I told him, I would appreciate, if you appreciate what I did for you, how you can thank me, because he always said, I don't know how I could ever thank you. Well, refer people to me. You're not only helping me, but you're helping your friends out. And he does, right? So your family, your work family, your client, and your bottom line, I promise, will thank you for it. So, Shauna's tips of the day. Okay, we're going to go to the word of the day today, and the word of the day is boundary realignment. And I'm going to give you that definition right now. A boundary realignment or adjustment is the rearrangement of the legal boundaries between two lots without creating a new lot. A realignment can be undertaken to reflect negotiations between landowners to remedy encroachment issues. So I'll use this as an example. Say your neighbor over here's driveway kind of comes and curves, and part of it's on your land. What do? Well, you don't have to go and replat and all of that. All you have to do is a boundary realignment. Okay, a new deed has to be filed, but you get with the owner and you say, hey, I'm going to trade equally this land for this land. We have a surveyor realign it, change the boundary lines, get it recorded, file the new deed, and that's it. So that's much easier than going through the city and doing a whole replat of a property. So if somebody is encroaching on another person's land, just know it's really not that bad. This is from experience. Okay, that's it. right, guys, that is a wrap on this Taco Tuesday. We had Stacey's weekly update. Thank you, Stacey. A little Labor Day humor. And we talked about increasing productivity. Can you increase productivity? You guys are all killing it out there. But I think if you take and tweak some of these things, you could even be killing it more. So that's my challenge to you. Can you be more productive? I hope so. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Well, Mike will see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Picture time. Okay, so Stacey. Okay. I don't know. Oh, nope. Gotta do it again. Sorry. Okay. Got it. Okay. Let me get something. Okay. Okay. Awesome.